Alright, so we're back.
Okay, so right now on my extract set effects, I have a critical damage increase 36%. Nope.
You ate all the cookies?
Yep.
Good. For real?
There's only 2 rows left.
So you didn't eat them all? There was only 2 rolls left?
Yep.
Alright, Goblins, you mind going on mute? And we're going to get started now. So it looks like the stream's about 20 seconds behind what I'm doing in real time. So
Yeah, I'll just check that. Let me check forward for me. Oh wait, hold on. I actually have to re-click since you had done the live stream for a little bit.
I don't know if the
Yeah, I was
link
gonna say.
did the link change.
Yeah, link changed. I'm gonna send you an updated link. Yeah, there's an updated link right there.
Alright, thanks.
You're welcome.
Alright, cool. Okay, awesome. So just waiting on you to come back in here, Goblin, and then I'll get started.
Yeah, man, don't worry.
Alright. I don't see your name in the participant list.
Yeah, there you go. It's cause it has to be for the people that type.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way to see the participants.
Great. Okay, it looks like you're still set up. Alright. Alright, let's get started then. Awesome. Thanks for your patience. Alright, so here we go. Spent the whole week. I had about 1,500 to 1,600 tokens, if I recall, more or less. Ran them up, and I got around 54,000 kernel tokens. So my strategy this time will be to do 3 companion pools. I'm looking for some rares, and then I'm going to do the rest of them on equipments. What I really need are a helmet and a chest piece to complement these, hopefully the Uranus set. And I also need the earring for the +2. I forget what it's called, the absolute, and whatever the other one is. So here we go. Let's give me some luck here. And depending on what I pull at the end, I will do some equipment upgrades. And then we can do some Q&As after I do the pulls. So thanks for joining. Here we go. Let's get started with the companions. I want to see some rares. I don't even know what the rares look like. I got another one, so this is cool. I've got this dude already, so I'll feed him to my other one. Alright, so there's one. Okay. Got 2 that time. And these guys are familiar. Got a Voltaire, and I got some more food. And I'll do one more roll. And Shaman's Octane Sin +2 Yag necklace. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get to that. Alright, no special luck that time. Maybe I'll get some rares. Cross your finger. Hey, I don't have this dude. And he spanks me every time in PvP. So, welcome to the team. Ayera, Ranger of Darkness. Okay. So, that was my 3 rolls on companions. I got another rare, so super sweet. And I got the Ranger. Looking forward to using those. See here, I don't have another mask here, so maybe you have to unlock these, or maybe unique. I'm not sure. So that kind of sucks. I was hoping I'd level up my mask to level 2. Alright, so I'll spare you the boredom of leveling up those companions and jump into the equipment pools. We've got 48,000 tokens left. Let's get going. Okay, what do we got? Got another Odin's belt. Food for my equipment. Right? Got a ring. Get something good. Hey, Dig. Welcome to the chat. Okay, these are new. I don't think I have either one of these. I've got a Thawing Will. Alright, I don't need that, but okay. And a Guardian of Wind. So it looks like it's a poison element ring. Alright, I got a Destiny hat. And next roll. Got 2. This is familiar. Eclipse Axe. Really high stat roll. Only 4 lines. I've already got one equipped, so I'll probably just feed that. And the Destiny Shield. Arcane Magazine. Pretty good stats, so if I ever want to go ranged, maybe I'll use it. Alright, I got another 2 roll. Pretty good luck. Okay. Got the God of War armor with an okay roll and only 4 stats, but could be worse. And the Shining Heart. 36,000 left. Okay, getting pretty good luck on the rolls, at least getting the extras. I'd like to get a what is it, the earrings? Goes with the absolute. Need that so bad. Shining Ground. 34,000 left. Another poison ring. Guardian of the Winds. Got the frost earrings. Don't need those. Okay, got another Devil's Bone. Complete trash roll on that one, so I'll toss it. This one has really high stats, but only 4 lines. Hey Kenpachi, is this pre-stream? I'm not sure what that means, but we're live right now.
This is live, not pre-stream.
Alright, look at that. This is what I need, the Transcender, and it has 2, 3, 4, 5 lines on it, and none of them are companion stats. So, sadly, the stat roll is complete garbage, but you know what? I'll probably be using this one right away. So, that's cool, man. Finally got one. Maybe I'll get another one. Maybe it'll be better. Okay, so another Frozen Gaze. All right, I got 24 left. I'm just going to check my inventory to make sure I don't run out of space or something stupid like that. So, no, I'm good. I got plenty of space. So let's do another one. 24,000 left. Might pull one more companion. Now that I got my earrings. Oh yeah. I mean, really, who does care? Everybody's like, yeah, I got that +2 Eternal. Like, dude, that's exactly what I need to start smashing people in PvP. So, be pretty happy about that. question I need to know is, like, should I do one more companion roll or should I just keep spending on the weapons? I'm having like really good luck here. I got 3. I've had a lot of 2s with 3. Oh, a lot of food here. I did not get a Yag +2 though. Not yet. I'm seeing some new stuff that I haven't gotten before though, and it's like fire rings and crap, but still I haven't, haven't dropped these before, so I'll be getting lots of quartz today, I hope. No Yag necklace, but I have one, but it doesn't have any great stats. Destiny railgun, not that great. Right. Got a Destiny hat. A lot of good lines on that. Sort of. Low stats though. 16,000 left. So yeah, maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more companions. I did 3 pulls earlier. Uh-oh. There we go. Unfortunately, this is garbage. I can't use that. I need that to be... Well, I guess I could use it for the set bonuses, but we'll see. I wish I hadn't eaten mine up earlier, but I needed those as food, so... Let me get some more Uranus pieces. That's what I want, now that I got that +2. And... 12,000 left. Guardian of Water. 10,000 left. Oh, there's my Yag. So let's see what we've got. We've got the bone armor and the burn damage bonus. So this is interesting for PvP because I do undead army. So I'm actually probably going to try this out pretty soon. And burn damage bonus, so having an extra 20% damage to people who are on fire could be pretty good, I guess. So probably could have been better, but I might use it in PvP. 8,000. And 2 of these Guardian of Fire rings. I don't need them. But okay, so here's the question. I'm gonna do 1 more roll, and I'm gonna figure out if I want to do 2 more companion rolls. Got Odin's Throne. Actually, it's kind of neat because I can swap out my Emperor set finally. And Odin's Rule. I won't be wearing these because I've got to wear my Transcender, but that actually looks really good though. So, alright, let's take a quick look at what I got. I've got 4,000 left. Got, let's claim these. I've got 9,200 quartz, so that's awesome. Got enough to get 2 mythics today if I want, but it looks like I don't have what I need, so I might just level these fools up anyway, just so I have better stats. Or maybe I'll swap out the helmet. Unfortunate, I really need the Uranus helmet or armor. So here's what I got from today's roll. Doesn't look like a lot in the way of Eternals, but man, I finally got the +2. So let's lock this Yag. It looks like it already is. My earring. Go. Just lock that guy. Keep that dude. Alright, so I guess the rest of it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so I'm gonna do One more companion. Do one more, why not? Okay. Got 2 of them. What did I get? And Voltaire. This douchebag. I don't need more of those. Some more equipment. Fine. 2,000 left. And okay, I got the belt with decent health, so I might keep that. Maybe not. It only has 4 lines, but that's kind of cool for the arena. So this might go in with my new set. Lock that one down. Alright, so that's what I've got. I got a bunch of these companions. I'll level those up for food. And I got a rank A on the Ranger, so that's awesome. Go ahead and... I don't have very many soul stones, so I probably can't level them up much. Yeah, I'm pretty low. Alright, so how does my build change now that I have the +2? Let's take a snapshot real quick. Where am I at anyway? 34 million attack, 1.1 million defense, or not million, billion, and 6 billion health. And this is just my farm build, so pop on over to my progression build here. Pretty much the same stats. Rocking the God of War 3-piece, and I've got 74 crit. What else am I looking at? I don't even know. Let's see what we can do with this. So on Rift 24, 25 killed me. I really need more defense, but PvP is where I'm getting crushed. So let's try out the new shiny things. So find my absolute, equip that, and my Transcender, equip that. Boring part. Need just like an auto equip gems. Let's fill them up. All right. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Octane. I'm pretty excited about these two. So I have no idea how they're going to help me with the PvE, but I think in the arena, this is going to help me crush. Because now I'm up to 4 sets on... I can get rid of this and just wear whatever I want, so... who cares? Alright, Emperor's Silk Belt. You're going to pop that off for Odin's Belt. I have one of those. Odin's Throne. Gold obtained, so that's pretty good. I can re-roll some of that stuff. And I've got, yeah, alright. I don't think I'm going to spend time re-rolling all these stats with the resets, but should get some idea. What I really need to wear is this fella here. Should probably just go off the PvP now. And, yeah, get rid of that void ring. So there's other things I can wear too. So I've got this real nice winter shard, which is going to be nice for PvP. So why don't I just go there instead of wasting all this time? PvE crap. So I'm going to set my extracts for PvP and pop on over with this new gear. Set this up. So I was getting hammered pretty bad after the update with people all crammed up right around the 2400 point mark. And I didn't have an undying weapon, so I was getting my ass handed to me pretty frequently. So I don't think I'm going to build one out yet, but I'm going to swap out my secondary items. Go ahead and do that now. Start with the earrings and the necklace and the belt. This belt is going to help me a ton. I got to go back out to pop my gems in apparently. Alright, so I've got, the cool thing is, if only I could wear that Yag necklace, because I've got the undead thing here, where my companions die and come back as skeletons, so I end up with like 20 skeletons running around. It'd be kind of sweet to see those explode everywhere, but maybe I'll get to do that some other time. So I have a Fafnir's Pledge for my offhand, actually. This one right here. And it's got really good stats on it, so I'll go ahead and equip it. And so that means with the God of War, I still have a 4 set, and I really don't need it. So I could swap out this helmet with the Uranus helmet, or I've got the Frozen. I think the Stalling Gaze is probably my best one. Attack speed, I mean, this has got the best stat lines, but this one's going to give me a +3. So do I want to go with the Uranus headband with the crap stats, or do I want to go with the Stalling Gaze? So let's see here. What should we do? I mean, I guess I could wear some Destiny crap, but I don't think this is all ranged. This isn't going to help me at all. I don't think, but what do you guys think? Got, I mean, freeze rate, crit damage increase. I could wear these fellas, and my crit cap could go up. So maybe I should just wear a Frozen Gaze. And I'm probably thinking Frozen Gaze or the Uranus. What do you think in chat? Tell me what you think. I think I don't see any comments, so I'm just going to go with the Frozen Gaze here for the freeze and the crit damage and the crit cap. So, see what that does to me. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is pop back out to the adventure mode and put some gems in these and get them all to level 600, just so I have some basic stats. And I mean, I can spare the gold, it's not a big deal this point, I don't think. Let's make sure my skins are on. Got all my skins and my companions. I am going to swap out this dragon for Ranger. If I can. Come on now, group up. And I'll screw around with everything else later. So let me throw some gems in these, and need the shining belt for the 20% crit rate. Well, I don't need 20% crit rate because I already have pretty high. I'm probably at or near my cap, even with the extra 5%. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a new equipment tab near the end that has all my PvP gear in it, just so I can see it easily. Now, I could swap out my chest armor too, so we'll think about that while I'm here. Alright. Right, earrings and necklace. Some boots. I think I'm still wearing these pieces of junk in PvP, so what I could do, I mean, I've got 200% crit damage, so why don't I put some shining boots on? Why not? Shock rate, 20% crit rate increase in cap. Let's do it. New PvP boots, I think. And my rings. Got a lot of rings. Are my good ones. Here they are, hiding out. Right. Well, guys, this is probably going to be my PvP gear set, so let's crank it up, throw some gems in here, get some levels on these, and test them out. Okay. So if the developer ends up watching this video, I could go for a quality of life improvement to just automatically fill these gem slots with the highest quality gem and call it a day, unless this button does it here that I never noticed. No, I don't know what that does. So, just hanging out in the corner. Alright, got the shield next. I have a feeling people are about to get wrecked in PvP. In like 10 minutes after I do all these clicks. Alright, got everything but the helmet. How many quartz do I invest in the gym upgrading? The answer to that question is not many. So pretty much all these level 3 gems that I have came from the monthly pass. It actually is not that expensive to level them up, but I've been prioritizing them for airships, which I kind of want to, yeah, I guess I need to save some quartz, but at any rate, so let's get cracking on the levels up of these items here. So most importantly is this one, 780. So let me cancel that. I'm gonna get it to like, get to 600 first and see where we're at. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, I got 167 billion. I don't want to spend too much on this low level stuff. PvP stats don't scale quite the same as PvE, so I don't know if it's worth taking it all the way. But why don't I upgrade my gems? Well, I don't have a great answer for that other than the fact that I just spend most of my time and effort upgrading my airships. Re-rolling skins, and haven't kind of spent much time on that yet. Okay, so it's actually a little bit more expensive than I expected. So that cost me 5 billion. Get to 600. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 billion. That's gonna set me back a little bit, but let's do this. I've definitely gotta get these. I need to use most of this stuff anyway. You guys might want to go take a quick bathroom break, grab a coffee or whatever, and I'll be done clicking through here in a minute. These are secondary items, so I don't necessarily need to get them all the way up to 600, but this shield is almost a must-have because that's where my health is going to come from in PvP. This gives me 173,000 in PvP, and the current shield I had gives me 261, so my life is going to be a lot lower if I don't level this up. So I might have to put some points in there. This guy, I mean, I really don't care as much. Let's just, not level it up that far. Just pump it to 500. So at this rate, I'll be looking for some times 2.5 gold events in the next couple weeks for Valentine's Day. So cross my fingers on that. All right, 500. Sounds good. That'll give me some PvP stats, health. And necklace. Health. Anybody knows a quicker way to upgrade all your gear, you tell me. So one downside of doing it all at once. Okay, almost done with this one. And helmet. So this is actually a better helmet than my armor. So I was debating, and I could pump all my levels from my armor into this. It uses my primary defense for now, but I'm not going to do that. So let's take this one up. Or let's check out my armor. So I think I had a Uranus armor in my... Yeah. So I've got a Uranus armor here. That's 2 stars. I could take it to 3, transfer the levels, and then double down on my helmet as my primary item for defense, and then that'll get my defense problem up for the week. So why don't I do that? I'm gonna lose a little bit of crit but gain all this cool stuff. So what do you guys think? Should I swap out the Uranus set and then... I think so. I think I should do that. So why don't we just upgrade this one? Alright, how long have I been playing? I don't know, like... Let's find out. Here's my login. So, looks like I've been playing a little over 4 weeks, 33 days. I had a slow start, so I'm not as advanced as some people at my time, because I spend a lot of time AFK farming and not min-maxing everything. But alright, so I'm getting some support from saying, yeah, do it, dude. So, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna go and equip this Uranus armor that I saved, has decent stats. I can re-roll some of these other ones. Remove all this stuff. Need those anymore. Probably not. I'll have to redo all my sets later, but gonna double down on this Uranus set for now. My crit rate is to be determined because I just got equipment that will raise my cap. So I need to evaluate that, but it's pretty good. So, how much have I spent on the game? Total maybe around $50-$60, which is not a ton. We've mostly bought the novice packs and a couple of the $15 packs here and there just to buy QP for airships and the relics. The relics are very important because the goblin rates will make sure that you get quartz drops. Is at a low supply right now for me. So eat the eternal fodder here, and I'm just gonna transfer stats. I'm gonna say that I believe in this strategy, so I'm gonna transfer these over to this fella here, and I'll pay the costs. Let's do this. Right, so we're going all in, and then this one will be my new primary. So let's upgrade this one. That's a lot of eternal fodder, or an infernal fodder. We'll just dump that all in there first, and just this. Don't need that one. Upgrade that one. Alright, I'm gonna take this to 4 stars. Let's see, make sure that I'm not regretting anything. And I really don't. Let me look through this stuff real quick here. I wish I could. Can I sort by? Here we go. Alright, so disappearing equipment. The ag necklaces are saved. Oh, this crit damage increase 84% is kind of nice. Don't think I need to lock this guy anymore. I don't need to lock this one. And what else do I have here that I want to keep? I think I've got everything that I really want to keep locked down. I have a shining armor already, but I'm not going to use it. And all these rings I don't need because I have the belt. So I think I'm good. Time to feed these fellas. Alright, so let's get this guy to 4 stars. Right, fantastic. He's 4 stars, and before I get stupid, my PvE gear looks like I'm a little short, so I'll be spending some time in the tier dungeon, but that's okay. What I really needed was defense, so I've accomplished that much. And let's look at what I've got on here. Alright, so that's pretty good. So the question I need to answer to myself is, do I want to transfer more levels from this guy, save a little bit of gold? It's not worth it. Let's just dump it all in here. Alright, so we're going to take this one up to 900. We got questions in chat. Do we disenchant our Infernals or use them as eternal upgraded equipment? So the recommendation is you take all of your Infernals that have stars and use them for food. And anything that doesn't have a star, you disenchant that and you use it for eternal tokens to do those pulls. Don't have enough. So I do have some fodder left, but anyway, let me keep leveling up this helmet. See how much gold. I think 152 billion will get me there. That last getting over level 1000 is when it gets really expensive. And hopefully I don't waste all my money and quartz on this, so because I do have all these Odin's items that I can use for farming. I have to focus on too, so may want to save a little bit of gold, but should be able to crush in PvP at least. Hope so. Like the only idiot in Platinum who didn't have +2 and an Undying Sword, so I was getting stomped around a little bit. So the question is, does the star thing apply? I mean, basically you should probably never disenchant your Eternals unless you, like, sometime in the future it's not going to matter. But basically for every star that the equipment has, it gives far more experience to items that you're feeding, right? So holy items don't matter. Infernal items, I mean, you're going to get tons and tons of them, and I don't think that they drop a higher number of tokens when you disenchant them, so you might as well use the added experience to help you. But mostly once you get into the Eternal range, when you're upgrading these items, it's all coming from Eternals, most of it. Especially once you get to 3-4 star range, like they take so much experience to level up. Alright, so it looks like I'm doing fine on the gold still. Getting a little bit more expensive here. And it's taking a minute. Almost done. So yeah, getting from 1 to 3 Eternal is really easy compared to getting to 4 and 5, but it's completely worth it. So here we are. I could dump more gold. Since I've got a lot and I'm really not going to put anything to Mythic this week, I might as well go ahead and take the time to get these up to an appropriate level. PvP stats are going to be important. Don't need to. I'm going to spend just a couple more minutes doing this, alright? At least 600. Alright. 600 feels right. Alright, 600, 500, so I'll do 100 more levels in this one. I got 20 people on the live stream. That's pretty cool. And so this is the whole fun of saving all of your tokens all week long. You get to do all this at once. So as I mentioned in my previous video, if I do this every time I get 2,000 tokens, I make very short-sighted decisions because I've got one item. Do I keep it? Do I feed it? Do I keep it? Do I feed it? If you just get them all in there, you can mix and match. And once you get these +2 effects, really helps you because you need pretty much one of each item and you can get like a +3 set. So I've got, you know, I'm not getting a ton of bonuses on shock damage for these boots, for example, but I've got 3 set on some of these items. So let's just take a glance at the stats real quick. So my attack has not gone up significantly, and my health is actually really low for PvE because my shield is, I should certainly enhance this up. I've got to do that. It's primary. Let me hit that real quick. My defense is 3 times higher than it was, which is fantastic. That's going to let me progress in my rifts a little bit in PvE if I wear that helmet, and PvP, of course, being harder to kill. Just gonna... Alright, so this is maxed out. I'm not gonna bring it up. And I guess I could, but I'm not gonna use it in PvE ever, I don't think, so Really not worth dumping all the fodder into. But that did bring my health up from 1 billion-ish to 3.6, so that's more appropriate. I can work with that. So I gotta fix this. So I need my skins here, so equip that, and then we'll look at the total stats, because someone was asking where my crit looks like. The armor. Alright, so let's take a gander. What do we got here? 34, and granted this is my PvP build, so these stats aren't going to reflect equally, but I've got, including my extractions, I've got 98% crit, and my crit cap should be 90 now. Let's check it out. Crit cap is 90, right? So I'm over my cap, only because I have my extractions. But I don't need more crit cap or crit damage. I need more crit cap but not crit damage. Also got cooldown. This is where I'm hurting. So I need to take a look at my penetration, my skill cooldown. I need to re-roll the... This is a PvP helmet, so I need to reset something on here. Need to either re-roll the defense or the gold. So I could possibly use this for PvE, but I've got to get that skill cooldown. So 8% is not much in the grander scheme of things. So let's just re-roll the defense for now. Seems absolutely stupid considering this is a PvP helmet primarily, but I'm going to be wearing it in PvE. So let's re-roll this and get some exact same roll. So what I want is skill cooldown reduction. So that, oh, you guys know how important that is. Take that over the defense. Need to buy some of these reset vouchers, so let me pop over to the store real quick. Get a 57 pack. I don't spend all 57, so 15%, I'll take it. And max that later. Alright, so that brought me back up to 44%, so we're ballpark. This is where I'm starting to hurt, is I got complete trash on this, so companion stats. I mean, none of this stuff really matters. Extra boss damage. Take anything. Oh, give me the same stat but worse. Okay. Base attack damage, I'll take it. What else? Skill damage, I could probably reroll for skill damage, but that'll take all day. Critical rate increased. What are my options here? Skill cooldown. So I got 3 to 6% on this. So I can do without defeat the monsters, because that's not helpful at all when you have life leech. I'll take 5% skill cooldown reduction. I'm getting the question in chat a while back about what extractions do I use. It's pretty much all crit. I could look at other options, but at this point, since my crit is so high, I may re-roll some of those. I don't know what I should re-roll. Alright, so my belt. I could re-roll something for skill damage at some point, like health. Sure. Skill damage 6%, I'll take it. Alright. PvP belt and the armor. So let's look at this one. What do we got? Don't care about companion stuff, so let's get some attack speed increase. 12%, I'll take that one. What else can I re-roll? I think these other items are pretty good. I haven't looked at the shield yet, though, so... let's see here. Attack speed, XP. I don't need crit rate, amazingly.
Hey, so yo, Sam, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. Thanks for stopping in. I'm just resetting all my stats, and I'm about to go try these items out in PvP.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you a question. You know the eternal tokens that you have farmed up?
Yeah, man.
So how do you go forward of grinding those?
How do I get that many?
No, like, yeah, just overall, how do you get them?
So I run my adventure modes during the week. I get a ton of rift marks from that, from my airships, and from the dailies. And then on the weekend, when the gold bonus is going, I just do rifts all day. And I disenchant all the red chests and get... Like at Rift 25, which is what I farmed, I got probably an average of 6 to 7 red chests per run. So that's 30 to 35 tokens for each rift mark, which is a lot. When you first start out, like, you're only getting 1 or 2 of those chests.
Yeah,
so,
I would say
you build up to it.
Right. Yeah, right now I'm getting 1 to 2 chests every rift right now currently.
Yeah.
And then you said also farming the adventure mode on the weekdays, right?
Yeah.
And then for the guild wise, we just created a guild for us, and we're gonna try to recruit some people inside of it. So if you guys also here in the live stream chat, you need a guild that's really active, you can come over to me. I'm Galvin Army in chat. I'm gonna type it in the chat so yeah, guys can see my username. I'm also the same username, just with hashtag 7796 if you want to hit me up on Discord as well. And just, talk about the game, just hang around. I'm active basically 24/7. We can just talk, play, and stuff like that, or you just want to join my guild.
Sweet, man. Well, thanks. One thing I'll advise is there's the hashtag global chat channel, and it's sort of it's sort of for the US server. It's a good place to go for people who are looking for guilds. So we've got a lot of folks in there who advertise for them, and they fill up. Those guilds level up and get more slots. So, just if anyone's looking for a guild, you can post there, and we'll fill them up.
Yeah, and for guild wise, like to get all the guild marks that you were talking about, in order to progress a lot faster, I'm guessing you're gonna need a lot more members.
Gonna need a lot more what?
Members.
Oh, in order to get all those boosts, I mean, the more members you have and everybody's active, the faster the guild will level up, and you'll be able to keep those boosts going, 24/7 for the most part.
Okay.
All right, so I think I have all my equipment. So I forgot to look at all my stats again, but who cares, right? So this is PvP. I don't even know what I had before, but nothing's going to be significantly different in terms of my overall attack and health, with the exception that I now have all these bonuses. So I gotta swap out this armor, dude. Yeah, that's what's missing. All right, so I've got all these bonuses here for the sets. And I'm gonna wreck. I hope I wreck them. But let's try this out now that we've got full build. I've got the shock boots and the belt, so let us see. I didn't miss anything. Oh, I got my champions. I gotta check it out. I think I still got what I want. I'll level these guys up later. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, dude. Okay. I mean, they're like 2,100 points, so they're probably gonna get rolled over anyway. But let me find someone. Nate Dog X is. Let's see what happens. Nate Dog X just got murdered. So, haha. All right. So we have a new member in the stream asking if I spend any money on the game. So I'm not full free to play. I did spend some money. I don't know exactly, but probably on the order of like $50 to $60 over the 33 total days that I've played, which is fairly reasonable. I bought the newbie packs and I bought some of the large packs, and I used the QP to upgrade my airships and some of my relics, as well as buy some of the event packs, and I still have maybe 2,000-3,000 QP left. So not a huge spender. Most of the money that I would have spent on the game was spent on this recording equipment, but so I'm not full free to play. But the past 2 weeks, when I do these giant Eternal Token pools, that's all completely based off of what I farmed without spending any additional cash. So I hope that answered your question. And so far, I am like crushing everybody that I meet in PvP, so I'm digging it. Not only does the extra defense help me not get splatted, but I think the effect from the ring, lightning effect, and all that. Look at that, both going down to 1. So who's gonna win? Oh damn, he got me, barely. It's okay, pretty good run. All right, that's what I like to see. All right, so Sonny asks, currently free to play. What is the highest priority to spend QP on if he was to get some? So level 1 in the assault airship. There was a 100,000 downloads package that was a very good value. That's not available now, but if they released it for 100,000, don't be surprised if they release it for, additional milestones. And then my opinion is the monthly boost on its own is not that great, but if you get all 3 of them, you have faster movement speed, but more importantly, you have infinite goblin treasure hunters bonuses. And the reason why that's important is because once you max out, or get close to maxing out your collection bonuses, you're going to be really short on quartz, and the treasure goblin has a chance to drop quartz. So getting the additional chances to encounter it with the relics and infinite ability to collect them means I'm farming right now about 120 to 130 quartz an hour on average while AFK, which adds up to a couple thousand a day. So you can't get that anywhere else. Hope that helps. But yeah, so far things are looking great. I'm climbed from, I think, just under 2,400 to almost 2,600. I did lose one fight against another person with an undying weapon, but it looks like this dude just trashed me too. But they're ranked 3,000 and Emperor, I guess, so I am not surprised. But it looks like I got back to Platinum, and these dudes in their little water dragon can... Hopefully I can beat them. Looking pretty good though. I may have to rethink my skills now that I've got the cooldown stuff, and with the undying and the skeletons. I like it, man. Yeah, so major improvement. Complete like 360 on getting hammered to now I've won, I think, 90% of the fights so far, and this guy is ranked 3,000, and we're going toe to toe. See if I can beat him. I beat him. I mean, he's got way more health and probably way better stats, but I like plus 35 points for winning. So move over. I'm gonna be near the top of the ranks. Well, not like top 10, but a lot higher than I was last week. That's for sure. I'll be happy to be in like the top 40, top 30. We'll see. But some people with like, I don't know, twice my health and twice my stats, I can't win. So what do you do? It'll be better when I'm not being matched against people who are so much higher ranking, but we'll see. Pretty good so far. And I don't know if it's 5 glory points per win or 5 just for playing, but if it is for winning, then more wins means more glory points, which means more rift marks. But eventually I'll climb up to a point where I can't go higher and I'll start losing again, so see. Alright, so question in chat is, I finally got a nice eternal weapon, the same one that I have. Is it worth it to try to get it to 5 stars before the other eternals to 3 stars? Well, it depends. You should always focus on your weapon, your armor, and your shield. So getting all 3 of those to around 3 stars is advisable, but if you have enough defense and health that you are not progressing due to lack of attack, then why not? Take it to 5 stars. But if you're like me, I was able to get a couple rifts higher, but then I walked in and got one-shotted. So, you know, taking it to 5 stars is going to help you for sure, but is it the best thing to do? It's going to be situational. So things are looking pretty good still here in PvP. I'm winning against people that are a few hundred points higher and losing occasionally, so that's okay, especially considering I haven't put a lot of effort in enhancing and upgrading my PvP set significantly. So I can also do a little bit of work on my companions once I get more soul stones and take the time to upgrade them with my new fodder. But hey, I'll take it. 15 wins, 5 fails, plus 300 points off of a new PvP set when I was getting smashed. You can see I started at 2400 and actually went backwards a little bit. So I will take those wins. So that's what you get. And who knows what I'll get out of rifts. I mean, if I wear this set in a rift, I am probably going to be just fine. But that'll hamper my treasure drops, so I'll have to look at what I've got. I probably need to get that Odin belt in there at the very least, so that I get that treasure and gold rate for the rifts. But in terms of just completing them, I don't even think I have any marks of rifts left to even see what I can do, but I can buy a few. So we'll see. I might get one-shotted again on 25 just because my health isn't that high. My health and my defense. I'll probably save that for later though. It's gonna take me too long to set that all up. But what I can do is I can go to your dungeon because that doesn't require any bonuses to treasure drops, so I should just go with what I've got. So let's check it out. I want to double check and make sure that I've got what I want here. My health is low because I may have to swap out this shield, so let me do that for PvE. I'm not gonna upgrade all my stuff, but I am going to go back to my previous progression set and borrow these. Let's remove those. I do need these. And I need to equip some of this gear. And let's see if I can make some significant jumps on the tier dungeon. I think I've only done stage 2. I have not done the higher stages because mostly attack damage and health I would have gotten squashed. Since my defense was really, really bad. But with these set bonuses and the new equipment, I should be just fine. Let's see here. Put in his throne. I don't need this one. So I'll wear the Raztori Prey for that sweet lightning damage. And I think this is everything I need. Let me check these boots. So the extra boss damage and crit damage to these is actually pretty nice. So for the sake of tier dungeon, I might need to keep those equipped. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep those equipped. So it's really a mix and match here. And yeah, I think we'll go with that. And yeah, no problem. You know, all the things I learn are from my own effort, but mostly from the community. Discord, we all get together and say, hey man, I'm stuck, what should I do? And usually somebody's done a little bit more than you have, or we learn things and share it, so that's how we figured out. So I've got my shield equipped, and I went from 3 million to billion, 6.9 billion health. So that'll help me not get turned into a pancake. And I've got the 4 set here, so I've got, you know, this is going to help me a ton. So I think this is going to be a real good tier dungeon set. So let's see what happens here. And I hope if I fail, I get these attempts back. I don't know. It looks like I beat stage 3 actually. So stage 4, there's no difference except for attackers have a chance being bled, and attacks recover HP, so the boss will recover. So let's see what stage 4 looks like. Let me just double check my skills real quick. I think I'm still using my farming skills. Let me try Arcane. Now that I have that lightning skill, maybe I want to use Storm Shock. And do I have an attack that will do lightning? Looks like this basic attack does too. So how do I know whether a piece of armor is good for PvP or PvE? That's a great question. Can I answer it in 30 seconds or less? PvE, you're looking for stats like boss damage, for chest gold drop, and just general statistics. For PvP, you're looking for things like this Fafnir's Pledge will actually revive you if you die, which is very important for PvP. For sustainability. And also the one thing, it doesn't really make it a PvP item, but the PvP stats, you want to pay attention to these. I say that they're PvP specifically because I'm using them for specific bonuses. So I could probably do a better answer to your question if I had more time to think on it, but I hope that helps. Alright, so getting back to the tier dungeon. I've got 5 tickets. Let's pop up to stage 4. And this shouldn't be too big of a surprise. It's the same stats on the boss. I think I just had trouble. I do need to double check my extracts just to make sure. But all my crit bonuses and my life leech, which is definitely needed so that I can recover. So let's hop in. So we'll cross our fingers that I get a really cool drop. I probably won't, but never know. Is that you? I have no idea how to even pronounce that. Right, so far, not a problem. Yeah, he's going down. Pretty easy. Didn't even take 30 elapsed, well, barely 30 seconds elapsed on the clock there. And I got some fodder. So let's try stage 5. I don't even know what the debuffs are, but it's going to be a lot harder. Yeah, so already meeting some resistance. Thank goodness for the life leech. So I don't think I'll have a problem with running out of time here, but I could take some fatal damage. I'm taking some pretty good hits here, but it's not lowering me below 25% health, so I'll be just fine. The knockdowns aren't doing too bad, and he went down with 3.5 minutes, so that's pretty good. I could try the next stage. Nothing good dropped there, that's too bad. But I want to look at the debuffs before I jump into stage 6, because it's usually a pretty huge stat jump on these bosses, and 3.5 minutes. Well, actually, I've already got the stat buffs, so 3.5 minutes I'll get additional debuffs on me. Let's take a look. Tier dungeon. It's pretty good. So stage 4 to 5. Looked like the health increased by 2-fold, and the defense and the attack went up around, 50, a little more than 50%. So stage 6, no big difference other than the enemy will be resistant to freeze, but they'll take 30% more damage while affected by shock. Well, that's great, because I just got these really sweet items that let me do shock damage, I think. So let's see if we can take out stage 6. That'd be pretty nice if I can, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. Okay. Oh, we're done loading. And it looks like we're already taking these dudes down a lot faster, or it could just be my imagination. So with all that shock damage, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I beat this one faster. So another lesson to learn is not only are you getting debuffs, but you could benefit from some of these, stat effects. So I'm going to beat this boss at only 2 seconds faster, so maybe that was just luck. Maybe it wasn't that big of a difference, but these drops are complete trash, so love to get some more fodder. So Rory Armstrong says earlier he got a holy rare companion. Is it that rare? Yes, I have gotten 2 rare companions so far from probably around 10 plus 1 companion pools, and they're both the same. So what's not clear to me, Rory, is whether this relic, the one-eyed mask, only increments on new rare companions, and I have 2 of them, but they're the same one, and I only have 1 level effect. So I think the answer to that is yes. So they are rare, and getting different ones is probably better than getting duplicates, with the exception that you can level them up and improve them. So looking at I got 2 of these guys here, the Mage and Satyr. So while I'm here, I might as well improve this one, feed one to the other. It'll help out. So let's see what I've got here. I needed to compare which one's better than the other one. And so far, one has higher attack and the other one has higher defense. But I think I'm going to prioritize this one, being one that gets fed. Improved here, I'll have to unequip him from PvP, which I can't do right now, so I'm not going to waste your time going in and out of the screens for that. But I am going to pop back to the tier dungeon again and look at stage 7. And this is where shit gets real, guys. So our boss attack is going to go up quite a bit, as well as the defense, but the health is going to jump a lot. So I might be able to survive, but can I beat tier 7 in time? Let's find out. So hey, Equilibrium, when are the pools starting? We finished that up quite a while ago, and I improved my equipment and ran through PvP and made a lot of significant improvements, and now we're just testing out tier dungeons. So previously I was able to beat tier 3, and now I'm trying tier 7. So this looks a lot harder, and if I could guess, there's no way in hell I am going to, well, I'm getting killed, so I'm not even going to be able to beat these guys. So I need much higher statistics, much more stats, penetration, I don't know, but looks like tier 7 is not in the cards for me today. But yeah, so you can get rares at any tier of companions. They can happen with the 10+1 eternal pools or with quartz, but I would highly recommend you not spending your quartz on companions like I did. I wasted several thousands of it. Your good pools are going to come from eternals, and you really need those quartz to level up your airships. So on the subject of airships, I have quartz left since I didn't take anything to eternal this week. I am going to level up airships. Got this one's getting close to max. And this is giving me quite a few rift shards per day. That's one reason why I'm able to collect so many eternal tokens, is because I get a ton of rift shards, or mark of rifts, from this one. And at max level it's something like 78 or 79 per day, which is a lot. Oh, I'm close. I've got 2 more levels. And my Wyvern, I'm actually going to keep leveling it up because it does give a gold drop and guild contribution, guild funds rather. And it's not amazing, but something on the order of like 1.4 billion gold per day once you level it to max. So that's not a crazy amount, but that's a non-trivial amount of gold. So do I want to level it or save? I might save for this one. I don't know. I think I'm gonna sit on the rest of my quartz. I might need it for something. So any good pulls? Yeah, man. So pretty much almost my entire gear has changed because I got the Transcender. I got to add it with my absolute to get the +2 set bonus. So I've got a really nice PvP set where I can use my Fafnir's Pledge to use the Undying effect, and that is allowing me to crush in PvP in conjunction with the Razatori's Prey to do the lightning effect. So the additional paralyzing, crit damage increase, and the lightning, is just melting these guys a lot faster than before. It also freed up a ring slot, so at least for PvE, I can wear both of my winter shards, which doesn't matter much, but I do have the other one that I was wearing has the Leviathan shield, so that might help a little bit in tier dungeon, but as you saw, it's mostly a base stat problem where I need more attack and more defense and health. So looks like what I need to do next is on my PvE set is level up my shield to 4 stars, which unfortunately I don't have enough this week to do. Getting close, but I didn't get much fodder from those tier dungeons. And so next week I'll take this one to probably 4 or 5 stars depending on what drops, and then work on the rest of my set. I mean, I've pretty much got a good spread. What I really need is a better Uranus. I'm probably not even a Uranus. I'll just maybe this helmet. I mean, it's really close to max, and maybe I'll just take this one to 5 stars, mythic it, and I'll have really great defense. I'll take this to mythic and have really great health, and then from then I'll just keep climbing. So it's just an issue of gold and putting the time in. So actually I'm probably gonna sit on these. I may look for re-rolls on some of these items because they don't have, like my absolute actually doesn't have great stat rolls on it, stat lines. So these are fairly common compared to the Transcender, I don't really care about the health. I care more about the lines. I need something better there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. So yeah, is it worth it to spend your quartz on airships? Absolutely. Buy the pirate ship, upgrade it. Those rift marks are going to let you run the rifts, get more gold, and get more eternal tokens, which is how I do all these pulls. So other important thing is focusing on your farming build. So I'll have to go update my farming build, but minimizing the amount of time you can take. Actually, I might be able to change my farming boots now. I don't know if I want to use the Sleepaneer. I don't know. Slepaneer. Plus 0.2 versus plus 0.3. But I could use the gold bonus, I guess. But I'm really minimizing the timings of your runs. And, you know, kill everything in one hit. Finish the adventure modes as quickly as possible. It seems like I'm not 100% sure whether rift marks drop from the treasure goblin or if it's just a random thing. We kind of need to look into that, but it might be that my improvement in rift marks is not from going to 54.3, but from putting QP into these relics like the golden goblin, because I did notice that my quartz per hour did increase after I maxed this out. So more runs per hour plus more goblins per hour means more chance for them to drop quartz and maybe rift marks. So I need to look into that. And you know, once you get that maxed out, you run as fast as you can and you get as many marks as you can and spend them all on the weekend. So I think we've covered that quite a few times. So that's what I'm looking at. I probably need to spend some time. Like after this is done, I'm just gonna AFK and start building up marks again. And I'll spend tomorrow sorting through all my gear, figuring out what I can junk, ripping out, you know, getting rid of some of these old items like this food. Now I don't need it, but maybe this is too, the shining heart. Like I could feed that to something. Do I need this War God's armor? Probably not, so I can unlock that. So I might be able to raise something else to 4 stars, like this shield. I can, so I should probably make sure that I'm sure about that first. Yeah, I think I'm sure. So let me go ahead and upgrade this one to 4 stars. And, right. Take this out and use. That's kind of weird. So I want to feed on my eternal fodder first, but it looks like that's not working. So I guess maybe there's a maximum number of things you can give it. So let me get rid of all this trash first. Let's feed it away. I've got a few non-start items in here, but I really don't care. Let's dump all this in there and dump these. Pretty sure I don't want or need any of this, so let's just do it. The Rory's stuck on Rift 6, and this is a pretty common, not necessarily Rift 6, but hey, I'm stuck on a Rift, whatever the number. You got to get your attack up, your health and your defense. If not that, you got to work on your substats like your crit and your skill cooldown. So around Rift 6, you want to make sure you have 50% crit, 50% skill cooldown, and then make sure that your weapon, armor, and shield that you are pouring your gold into upgrading are decent rolls. And go farm lower level rifts and use those items to upgrade them. You know, upgrade them to 4 or 5 stars for whatever they are. Pour your gold in there, and if you don't have gold, then you know, join a guild, get an airship bonus, get your gold drop up, wait till the weekends, run your rifts then, that way you have more gold. But at some point you're either going to be gold bottlenecked or you're going to be fodder bottlenecked. So you're going to get your fodder from rifts, you're going to get gold from rifts too. But just keep focusing. Find your weak point, whatever it is. Talk to people in Discord. Show your stats, show your equipment. Find your weak point, focus on that. And it's going to differ from time to time what that is. There is not necessarily one right answer. So I can dump this Devil's Bone too. I mean, I could. The attack roll is pretty high, but I don't need it now because I have my Fafnir's Pledge. So looks like I got some fodder saved up for next week too. Lock everything that I'm using in PvP just to keep it safe. It'd be awful to accidentally delete it or something. I'm not gonna wear any of these Odin rings, I don't think, ever. We'll see. So what next? What do I do? I'm gonna set up a farming build, and I forgot already. Oh, I leveled up my shield, so I need to enhance it. So let's spend some gold. So before I do that, I had 3-point-something billion health. Thought I had 3, maybe I had 6.9. Yeah, that sounds close to right. So I've got 7.4 now. And as you saw, I got killed in that tier dungeon. So having more health will prevent me from getting one-shotted and or beat down over time. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so none of my Shards of Winter have any bonuses to +1 or +2 sets. But oh well. I didn't know any better. As a matter of fact, I wasted a bunch of my winter Christmas tickets on... I dumped them on crap, basically. Like, I spent them on Quartz before I even did this. And then somebody asked, what did I spend money on? One of the real money things that I spent QP on were the Christmas packs that gave tickets. Because when I realized how amazing these Shards of Winter were, I wanted to make sure that I could pull both. So you could get one for basically free with the coupons that came from the developer, and the rest you had to acquire. And since I started at the end of the event, I had to spend some real money. At the end, I am not regretting it one bit, because this one, the Necromancy power, is awesome for PvP, because I basically just let my companions get wiped out. They turn into skeletons, they attack, then I revive my companions, and I have a little army of undead and living companions, so it helps a ton. Also, I've got a 3% chance of getting the shield from the Leviathan power. So not the best winter shards in the game, but they do help. So Justin asks, when do you start getting red chests? I think it's Rift 6 is when your first infernal chests are going to start dropping, and as you increase through Rift difficulty level, the rarity drops. So you'll first get small number of infernal chests. You'll start getting more, and I'm not 100% certain whether when you first get them you only get low quality infernals, or if you can still get the high quality stuff. Like if you look at your, let me just show you. If you go to your collection, you'll see that items like this Mage necklace, for example, there's a number. Like I've collected. Okay, so look, I've collected this 26 times, right? So I'll say that this is a rare. This is a rare or rarer infernal necklace. In comparison, I've collected some of these over 500 times, right? So I'll say that these are common. So you're going to see these more often when you first start collecting your infernal chests. What I don't know is if you need to progress to a certain level of rarity before you see these at all. Like your void bands, for example, can drop from rifts eventually, or if it's just a product of numbers. I don't know. But if you're dropping 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 red chests per rift, of course you're going to see these more often. I just don't know whether there's like a level gap where you have to get there before you start seeing things like the void set. So if anybody knows, I don't know, talk about it in Discord, post a comment to the video, share with us if you find out. Are winter shards still available? Or they no, they're not available. They were limited to the winter event. The same for the sleigh. I know that sucks. That's, you know, unfortunate. And that's sort of how life is. They're limited edition runs, but we're all hopeful that this game will be successful, and next year you can get your winter shards too, or there'll be even better ones. So that's just the way that it is. We always hope that each event will give us something cool, and that eventually the great items of the past will be replaced by better items of the future. So don't regret it. New things will show up. So you don't need to have winter shards to do great at this game. They do help. Oh, let's see here. I'm pretty good, so I'm gonna probably end up spending the rest of my gold maxing out my PvP set base stats, and that's probably all I can do this week. I could try running the tier dungeon one more time, but I don't expect to beat it before the time runs out because that was just painful. I got killed in the first wave. Also, that took one of my tickets, so I don't want to screw off too hard on this and waste my chance. So I'm just gonna pop into tier 6. I think I did 4, 5, 6, failed on 7. Yeah, so that did use up my attempt. Then it's unfortunate that in this game, if you fail a dungeon, you lose your attempt, but I mean, life is tough. In some games, you only use them when you win. You know, a match, I think it makes it a little bit more of a challenge. So use your head. I don't think it's a bad thing. Would it be nice if I didn't lose them if I failed? Yeah, but I don't know. I'll look at the silver lining of I earned it. You know, it's fair because everybody gets the same thing. So we'll run tier number 6 one more time. I cross my fingers for a real cool drop, but I'm not expecting anything great. I think that's it, unless there's more questions in the chat. So, still taking some time to beat these guys down. Yeah, I think challenging tier 7 was just silly. I'm so slow here. I don't know if it's because of the debuffs or what, but like my crit rate's only 33%, so dodge rate is 0, penetration is 20, skill cooldown is 30. So, you know, I'll probably have to. Oh, look at that! I got a decent fodder, so that's nice. So I'll probably have to spend some time in the coming weeks finding ways to raise my base stats just by bringing my basic items to mythic and 1-star mythic, etc. But I'm gonna have to find ways to raise my crit higher, maybe. So I'll get to experience that this week. But I'll say in 1 week's time, I was barely beating stage 3. To getting to beat stage 6 is pretty great. I don't have any rift marks. I have 10, so I guess I can try some rifts. See how far I can get there. I don't have my set for treasure chest drops, but that's okay. So let's just hop in there, see what we can do. So I was grinding 24. I thought I was grinding 25, so I was grinding 24. 25 is going to give me a much higher debuff on my dodge and crit rate and penetration. So this is going to be painful. Let me just double check my companions because I'm still using these garbage companions for the flying bonus for farming. I don't think it'll matter that much, honestly. It does, well, no, it doesn't because we're rifts, so who cares? We don't get companions in rifts. What am I talking about? So Rory asks, how do I spend money to get that mount? 26 gives you level 3 gem chests. Yeah, so I don't need level 3 gems yet, but I should, not specifically, but at this point I'm probably comfortable upgrading gems to the higher tier, so I guess having more level 3 gems will help with that. Back to Rory's question about mounts. We can take a look at that in a minute, but the basic advice is you should buy all the mounts you can, reasonably buy, because of the passive bonuses are permanent, and the movement speed for the relics you get from mounts will help you run through adventure mode faster, because they are going to stack with the griffin. If you're using the royal griffin or the sleigh, those will stack. Bonus. We'll take a glance here. I've got 41 billion attack with my 20% bonus from the venom effect. Defense is 3.3 billion and health is 13. So not a significant, like, crazy jump from previous weeks, but that went down pretty easily. We'll go to 26. I don't think it'll be a problem. I hope not. Looks like my defense is still good enough that I am not being murderized immediately by tiny little dudes. And I am seeing my Leviathan effect giving me invulnerability occasionally, so that's good. Now that I don't need that Void Ring anymore. Although I would prefer a +2 Winter Shard or Yag Necklace over wearing 2 items, but hey. I'll live with it. Equilibrium says 26 and over gives me 9 quartz per run, so that's going to be nice next week. So I can beat that in about 2.5 minutes on the elapsed clock. I can maybe beat 27. 45, that's pretty good on the tokens. So will I be able to beat 27? Probably, maybe, but I won't be able to do it quickly, so no, I'm going to get murdered by archers. So this is my limit. I'm going to do 2 rift levels this week. So it looks like I can comfortably farm rift 26 in a reasonable amount of time. So next week, probably another 24 hours of grinding out those marks will get me hopefully around 60,000 for next week, if I can farm up enough rift marks during the week. Pretty decent. And like I got level 2 gems there? I don't know. We're gonna pop over to the mounts again real quick. So Rory was asking about mounts. Look at the mounts. One thing, feedback to the developer if you're listening. When I change my equipment quick slots here, love to be able to attach that to a mount and to my extracts, because I want like a PvP set, farming set, like a progression set. And all those are going to have different mounts, usually different equipment, different extracts, once you have enough variability there. So that would just be convenient to not need to click through those. Maybe those are already in the newer versions that haven't released here in America and the rest of the world, but we will not know until later. So back to mounts. I'm not sure what the question was about mounts specifically, but yeah, you should totally buy them. The Griffin airship is a must-have for the DPS, and the Royal Griffin is a must-have for farming, because the Stratosphere flight is, I don't know what it says. It says goblin speed increases. I think it just means your character. And I mean, you fly through really quickly. So like I said, these passive skills are permanent and stack. So buy them all, get them all, collect them all, and these passives will stay with you forever. And also these relic levels, you get a small increment for each one. So if you pop over to your collect relics, for each special mount that you unlock, you're going to get looks like you're getting plus dot one, or it's not a ton, but overall it adds up. So half a click of movement speed is helping with farming a lot because of that multiplicative effect. Same thing with the normal mounts, although the bonuses are much smaller. These don't cost much at all, so there's really no reason not to buy them. The only mount that I don't have right now is the one that costs a crazy amount of VIP points, and I probably won't be able to afford that anytime soon if I don't stop spending money on lighting and camera gear. So I'm probably in a good place for that, but 300,000 is quite a lot, and I also wasted about 60,000 VIP points on gems. I say wasted because I think I'd much rather have the mount. The gems are helpful, but at this point I can just craft them a lot less. So maybe those gems helped me earlier, but no regrets. So how do you get the orange stones to buy these mounts? So when you do the eternal pulls with these here, if you were watching earlier, you will see that you randomly get eternal essences will pop out of those chests. I don't know what statistic it is, but I had 84-ish when I started, and I had 163 after I pulled 56,000 tokens. So that'll give you some idea of how long it takes to collect that many. So I am going to save mine up a little bit because I'm hopeful that some new things will be released in the future that I can spend these on. Like if I can craft a Celestial and Void Band, maybe I can craft some really sweet Eternal Ring that will give me the same kind of effect later. I don't know. If anybody can read Korean and can download the APK and play the Korean version, let us know. Having some forward future intelligence will help us make better decisions about what to save up and what not to. But for me, like, there could be a new mount that costs, and I don't need any of this stuff. I could maybe buy, you go to the crafting menu, you can craft tickets. So I could craft a eternal equipment voucher for like 30 of these, but I don't need them. I pull enough of these that, like, who cares, right? So I'm just gonna save them for now and hope to spend them on something cool later. If anything, maybe I'll just buy a skin or something. But so John Sharp asks, what's the best gear set? Well, I don't think that there is one, and the reason why I say that is because the developer, I'll show you right here. Rock, paper, scissors. Like, you're gonna lose, you're gonna win. And so you've got 3 attack modes: melee, ranged, and magic. And each set has very different abilities. So your best thing is going to be to mix and match as many as you can with the set bonuses. As you can see, I've combined the Uranus 3 set bonus with the God of War 4 set and all these other ones. That's what it's about. But you're never going to have the best set. You may have the best items that are leveled up higher than everyone else, but in terms of like what set is better, there are good sets and great sets and crappy sets, but I think that's probably what you need is some case-by-case help in the Discord channel where you show us what you've got and people can make recommendations based on where you're at and what you have access to get. I hope that helps. Yeah, I got nothing else really going on here. I'm going to do some rock, paper, scissors. Some people say, hey, this is bullshit, man. This game's cheating. Like, it's random, dude. It's completely random. We had some guy do hundreds of runs, and he did the statistics, and I think one of them favored just a tiny bit more, but that could have just been luck. I do scissors every single time, and I've gotten to the second to last stage before, and I've also been killed on the second mob. So usually I get about 300 to 400 quartz every time, but sometimes I don't. So I just spam scissors because it's closer. And my strategy here is I'm doing pretty good. Is I keep going until, well, at this point, if I win, I'm gonna bail out. So I may lose. See, look, I there you go. See, this is how it works. I'll take my 100, whatever. So odds were in my favor that I would have won. I didn't. So you never know. But I think if you guys are watching, maybe it's gonna fail for me. But so here, I mean, I've already failed. My strategy normally is if I have 2 hearts left, I might go to the next tier where they have 2. But like I don't. Whatever. I'll continue just for why not, right? Like I should have just taken my 300 and left, but you know, 100 is better than nothing. So normally I would have quit, but you never know. So events, daily login, these are great. Make sure you're getting these every day, and do your PvP. Make sure you get the rifts marks from that. And now that I'm actually elapsed some time, I could pop back into PvP and maybe grind up some more levels here. Need to buy me a new headset. My kid broke this one. I got some duct tape here, so maybe one day. So Equilibrium asked, do I normally run gold dungeons daily or do I do them equally? So I definitely sort of spread out the load because the skill damage is always going to help you, especially in PvP. Boss damage is going to help you in content, but as always there are diminishing returns. The difference is that with the gold dungeon, you are going to also get gold with that, which you need to upgrade your gear. So if you can save your gold dungeons, if you're going to do all the dungeons, try to save the gold dungeons for days when you know that you're going to get gold bonuses on the drops. Right now I am more focused on the gold dungeon because I have a high crit rate and a high crit damage build. Although it's not as good as some people's, it's definitely getting up there now because I've got all these, well, I got the +2 bonus, so I can do like my God of War set is giving me crazy stuff like 150, and in PvP, in PvE it gets even higher, but I've got, I think some of my sets might give me a bonus to more crit damage. At any rate, it's multiplicative, and with the added crit damage percent that I'm getting, like this is going to be really high. So 2.5 times that, so over close to 2,500, you know. So anyway, recommendations on skill builds for PvE, for progression, whatever works. It depends on what items you have. Probably some of your stronger skills for farming, you want to do whatever's the quickest. So I can show you that in a bit, but right now I wanted to drop, I'll spend these 3 more on PvP. And before I leave, I need to remember to pull off my rare companion and use it to level up the other one. So John Sharp wants the ring that gives you +2 to eternal or infernal gear. You can buy that for 10 eternal essences. I just showed that a minute ago. So if you didn't see that, you might want to take a look back at the recording later. Alternatively, if you get high enough into the rifts, they will drop. The void band will drop. It gives you a +1 though. If you're looking for the +2, for the Eternals, that is super rare, and I think only there's a necklace that you can get now, and during the winter event you could get a ring. So I'm sure we'll see more rings that do that in the future, but they're very rare. If you ever get those, lock them immediately, and thank RNG Jesus for being so kind to you. So look at that, we got, was it 3 more wins in a row? So I'm totally digging this new set, and now that I've leveled stuff up, my stats are looking nice. Got a lot of health, a lot of defense, and Let me do that companion work real quick. I'm going to pull him out. And I'm going to feed him to his brother. And then I had a question about PvE farming. I think. Hello. Just responding to chat a little slow. Hello from Indonesia. Well, hello back to you. Thanks for joining. So skill builds for PvE. I talked about running them quickly. So let me feed these companions real quick. I'm Mage and Satyr. I wanted so the one with the higher attack power and the lower defense, I'm actually going to prioritize. So I am going to improve him with this guy who is locked. So let me unlock the weak one. So by the way, if you didn't catch that, when you get your companions and you want to level them up, instead of re-rolling their stats, just this is your chance to look at which one's best. Pick the best one and feed them their brothers and sisters. So I want this one. I will improve the tier and get some better stats out of you. And that's great. So I think my companions are ready to go. Back to what have I got here? So this was my build for PvE. Clearly I'm going to need to rebuild this. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of time. It will still get me what I need to show you. But basically I'm focusing on the angel set bonus to give me movement speed for each air type companion. I've got 6 of those. That's going to give me 1.8 additional movement speed, with the Phoenix boots giving me additional +3. And there may be some other ways to bring up your movement speed, but aside from having the sleigh, but you've got to have, I mean, I think it's critical to have that air companion bonus and those companions. You've got to grab the Royal Griffin for his speed boost. Grab these quartz real quick. And then skills. So this one's a little tricky. There's some easy stuff like Arcane Cycle, and reminder, this is just about completing adventure as quickly as possible. Arcane Cycle unfortunately has a long cooldown, but it will increase your speed and all your other stats, so we get everything that we can. And there are other skills I focus on. I don't know why. I don't have a good answer for your basic attack. Stormwind Blade, it just seems like maybe it's a good one. I mean, if there's some better one out there, tell me please. But I always do the Celestial Warhorse because it projects a horse that runs in front of you and kills everything. Right now I'm doing the Flame Strike. Seems pretty quick and pretty effective. And wow, my skill cooldown is bad right now. I've got to fix that. Oh, I need my enchant. So, and then I do the Thunder Cut, which is, it kind of swirls thunder around you, and it has a low cooldown. So when you're one-shotting everything, this is going to be going off a lot. It's going to be clearing all the mobs out and helping you plow through everything real fast. Last thing is on your extracts. I'm one-shotting everything. I'm not worried about dying. I'm going to do my skill cooldown, and I'm going to bring up, apparently on adventure, the chest drop doesn't impact you at all, so I can just leave these maxed out. I may need to look for some other, like maybe there's a skill cooldown. I just don't really want to spend to open these right now because they're a little expensive, but eventually I'll probably re-roll some of those. But at any rate, that's what you're looking at. I've got 5.3 base move speed and a skill cooldown of 71%, which still seems a little bit low. I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe not. But don't worry, that's okay. So my Celestial Warhorse is 14 seconds, Flame Strike is 12, Thundercut's 12, so this is all familiar. This is what I'm using to farm with on a regular basis. If I can get my skill cooldown a little bit lower, which I could probably do with some skins. I might be able to eke out more time. But basically, you're looking to one-shot everything, move through as quickly as possible. The only catch is that sometimes you will kill 90% of the mobs in a wave. There'll be one left, and you'll use 2 skills to do it. So having skills that, I mean, ultimately they end up stacking. It's not perfect, but if anyone can suggest a better set of skills for melee farming quickly, tell me. But these are the ones that seem to be proven to work best for me so far. So Samsara asks, what do I think is the best mage skill setup in adventure? Unfortunately, I can't answer that because I've only been melee, and maybe at some point I will have some amazing ranged or staff items drop. It's like my game froze. Let me just restart that. It happens from time to time here on the emulator. Sorry, folks. But yeah, unfortunately, Samsara, I can't answer that question. Or sorry, it's not Samsara, it's Simas. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the name there. I apologize. But yeah, I can't help you on the mage bit because I've never even used a mage skill. I've only done ranged briefly in the beginning, and used my melee because I got the newbie drops with the sword, and since then I got the God of War set, and why would I do anything else, right? So I'm going to collect my monthly passes real quick and then hop on over to the adventure again. Hopefully this thing won't freeze again. Alright, so John Sharp also asked, is there a way to look up the drop rates on random cases? So are you talking about the bonus, sorry, like the 10+1 pools and Quartz pools? If you do, the answer is yes. In the bulletin, when you log in, there is a message about drop rates. It will explain to you the drop rates for everything. Sorry, it gives you the breakout. That's about all I can say. What I was thinking about was, as you progress through each rifts, there's certain tiers that you'll reach where it changes the loot table and the drop rates associated with those. But I think that the eternal drop rate from just Quartz pools is really tiny. It's like maybe 0.4%. I might be wrong. But it's like 4% and some change for the 10+1s, in addition to the 1 guaranteed. So that means on average, just about every 2 10+1 pools, you're going to get 2 eternal drops. And as far as the companions go, I don't remember what the table says offhand or if it says anything at all. But as you can see here, back to the farming here, I'm flying through here. Movement speed is 13.3 at the moment, and my skill times are just fantastic. I am blowing through here. I don't have a stopwatch, and that's not the most reliable way to track this. If you do, you want to go from start to start or from clear to clear, but what I do is I have a spreadsheet where I track the time as soon as I start and the time as soon as I end, and I do some math based on a way to figure out how many runs I did total, and then I just average that across them all. So I think that I was averaging something like 30, I don't know what it is, maybe 40 something seconds average for this level, 44.3. I might be able to bump up and do more adventure mode now that I have a higher level gear. Maybe not though. So it's going to take me a while to revamp my PvE sets though, because I move so much around. So farming doesn't matter. I can leave this AFK and I don't care. I don't need to optimize this too much. I'm not worried all that much about gold drop. What I'm most concerned about are rift marks and quartz at this point. So most all my gold is coming from rifts and from the dungeon weekends or events. So Pablo Salazar asks, can you transfer over stars or just the enhancement levels? You can only transfer the enhancement levels, which kind of sucks because if you spend a lot of time investing in your equipment, there's such a small return on that, feeding it back in. So that said, once you're at Eternal and you're at 3 stars, if you are taking an item to 4 stars or higher, you should be either A, so far advanced in the game or so rich that you don't care and can get them all day long, or be absolutely sure that that's what you want to use. So yeah, I mean, that's about all I can go over unless there's more questions. I'm happy to sit around for a few more minutes, but time is going by and I gotta get up early for children and daycare and work. Happy to answer a few more if there are any. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna shut down and call it a day. Hopefully the background music and sound levels have been decent. If you have any suggestions about how I can improve the streaming experience, I know that there's a lot for me to do. I'm still new at this. I'll figure it out. I just need someone to point me in the right direction. John Sharp says the skins are more rare than anything else. Yeah, you don't get many skins. You get a few from your daily freebies, but like the good stuff are coming from events. And I mean, honestly, skins are they're mostly cosmetic. There's some decent statistics on them. The skins my character's wearing or showing right now aren't even the ones that I'm using. These are just for looks. And I only did that today because I noticed so many people in Discord have like these really awesome looking skins. So like, why shouldn't I? And I don't have many. So I was like, what's the coolest looking weapon? This giant orange sword and this pirate outfit. So whatever. Thanks, John. What here? There's a question is with the item create tab, should you ever spend what's my schedule for streaming? I don't have one other than right now it looks like just people want to see you spend a bunch of tokens at once, and then you can show it's a great way to just show people pulling the items and then like making reason on what do I keep, what do I feed, and then here's where I was, and now here's all the stuff I can kill. So I'll probably try to keep it up on every Sunday if there's cool stuff to show. As the developers release more content, there will probably be more things to keep folks interested in watching. It really depends on my availability, though. I have a job where occasionally I will travel. I'll be out for almost a full week later this month, so I'm gonna have to bring a device and just AFK for the week, and I probably won't post any videos at all. Won't be able to stream, and then with kids and family, like occasionally, like I'm pretty busy. So, back to the other question about the creation tab. Do you ever spend those on eternal tokens? So you get the eternal token shards. They cost way too many quartz to use. Currently, not worth it. Your best means of getting the tokens are just to get infernal chests and disenchant them. I have over 1 million eternal token shards. I'll probably have 1 million more in another couple of weeks. It's just not that helpful. Like, you could spend them if you want. Like, if you're really close to getting a pull and you're early on and you just want to spend a few hundred quartz to get over the line, sure, go for it. No problem. But it's not cost effective at all to just exchange them all. Okay, so I guess I did misunderstand your question. The orange item are the eternal essences. So the 3 main things you want to... Well, the first major thing is your mounts. I think you need like 50 or 60 something of them to get the duck and the Griffin airship that I was using earlier. Those are your first priority. Second priority are if you don't have a void band, you can spend 10 of them, I think 10 of them on a void band, or if you're even lower, the celestial band. But you will get one or both of those as a free item as your novice set, so don't throw those away. Then you can spend them on skins and whatever random stuff. You can also spend them on infernal or eternal token voucher, or not token, but eternal chest or item vouchers. But as I explained earlier, like, I don't need a couple random eternal items anymore. They're just not that helpful at this point. So I'm saving mine up in case there's a new mount or something. I have no idea what to expect, but there may be some new items that get released in future updates, and I'll have, you know, a couple hundred on standby to spend. It's up to you what you spend yours on, but definitely save up for the mounts because the move bonuses and passives are very important. As you can see, I'm just rolling through here. When I'm doing adventure mode, I usually leave the holy auto disenchant on, and I'll save up a few infernal chests over the night, and very rarely I will get an infernal chest from the adventure, but that's so rare. Right now my statistic is something like 0.1, no, not even 0.15, it might be 0.015%. It's really tiny, but it's a non-zero chance, which increases, I think, as your levels, adventure levels go up. It seems like the loot table has a minor improvement. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. Thanks for everybody who's still on. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all the questions. I really enjoy answering questions. Much better at answering than I am at just narrating and being fun. Looks like I do have a couple more questions, so I'll stick around for those because I can't help myself. It's looks like, hi Samsara, I just noticed that you're streaming now. What mount do you suggest to farm? So for farming, I highly suggest the Royal Griffin mount that I'm using. That costs, I think, 3,000 soul stones, which you can get mostly from playing the wheel. You do adventure, you get the dungeon letters. I'm not sure if they're different letters in different languages, but for the English version, it's the dungeon word spelled out. You can have a chance of getting soul stones and your ads. I mean, I still watch ads from time to time, but I watch them for Quartz soul stones, since those are two currencies that are, harder to get. Save up for the Royal Griffin, absolutely. Then mounts, you definitely want to get that airship, the Griffin airship too. The DPS on that is amazing for clearing rifts, but just buy them all. Buy all the mounts that you can. There's no bad choice because you'll get a passive bonus for all of them. And yeah, no worries. I'm gonna try to keep doing guides, but like I'm to the point where I'm learning from other people too, so I'm just trying to put the information together. And Goblin, who was on here earlier, suggested that he does some web development, and I had thought, I would be happy to build a site if I had more time and resources, but I'm just too tired with my personal life and this stuff. It's taken me a long time to edit that I'm not going to build a website too. But if we did get a website, getting that, just having the resources available for people, since there's not anything out there right now, is good. Looks like Jordan Evans says, let's go back and read these chat messages real quick. So chapter 55.3. Yeah, I haven't, I don't even think I can beat that, or I couldn't. I was getting one shot. Like, the difficulty ramp it's crazy here. So I think I'm still like another week off from, I need to get my health and my defense up now, because my attack is just so much higher than everything else that I need to spend some time getting the health and defense back in check, because Like I'm at like 40. Well, don't pay attention to my defense. I still haven't like equipped. I haven't re-equipped myself since I got all that new gear, but like my defense was really low. And, I got to get it up. My health is not terrible, but I'm getting one-shotted. But I think right now I'm going to stick with 54.3 as my farming level. I'm running it really quickly. And I'm going to, after you guys leave, I'm going to whip out the spreadsheet and, you know, take my starting currencies, my quartz, my riftstones, and my 40 coins, and then I'll start the clock, and then in the morning when I wake up before I head off to work, take the kids to school, I will stop that clock and write down my currencies, and that's how I'll know exactly how many rift shards and quartz I farm per hour, and also what the percent chance is to get those. Just trying to keep track of as I increase my level. You know, as I progress in stages, is there a better drop chance, or is that chance just is that just from relics? So we'll find out. So Rory asks, does it matter what chapter you get the coins from for the wheel spin? No, I mean they just drop at random. They drop at random. The faster you run, the more chances you'll get. I don't think that you get a higher percent chance to get them at higher levels. It doesn't seem like it. I'm running levels a lot faster now, so I get a lot more, but over like an 8 to 10 hour farming period, I don't, still like maybe 10 to 12 spins at most. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. I could, but I don't. I mean, so how big is my deposit was the last question that I got. So I recently started spending more on the deposits because I wanted to run more rifts without I wanted to run more rifts without the deposit filling up with gem boxes, and just in case I got eternal drops. But I'm at 174 slots now, plus 36, I think, from the VIP. I think it costs around 1,000 quartz, 1,020. Add more, so I'm not really in a hurry on adding more at this point, since you can only get up to 10 chests per rift anyways. Seems like, oh, at this point I just let it auto farm, and if it fills up, it fills up. I just hope I'm not missing out too much. Relics looking alright. Looks like this is about as high as you can get at level 701. It doesn't change appearance anymore. I'll probably keep the attack about 100 above everything else for now. But even with leveling up my airship, like, maybe I should do that. I think the top level airship is around 200,000. I had a typo in my last YouTube video, by the way. I was so tired, missed it. I looked at the wrong column in the spreadsheet, but it's like 210-ish thousand refined stones per day if you max out the airship that gives you them. Which at this point, like 200,000 in one day will give me something on the lines of like, my goodness, I am like not great at math, but like maybe 30-ish levels, 35 levels ish, maybe where I'm at now with this, less so here. So I mean, is it worth it to max it out? I don't know. I'm gonna upgrade the pirate ship to maximum first, since clearly rift shards are the most important currency in the game, because it's the only currency that grows in value I know of as you progress. But still having a lot of tongue-tied, refined stones, getting more of those, you know, passively is gonna help me get these up. So the rabbit one says, I'm just wondering, are item drops related to the rift level? Rift 17 and pulled around 30 eternal items, but no Yag crystal, no Raz ring. I don't know, man. I don't see any reason why it's limited to where you are. I can't say with certainty, but yeah, you don't see certain things and then you do. So I never saw some of the items that I got today until today, and they weren't rare items. So I think that's just the RNG, man. So I had to pull probably close to 100,000 eternal tokens until I got my first what is it called? Transcender. Check it out. Yeah, the Transcender. So I mean, some people get them immediately, some people don't. Like RNG is a pain or a blessing. Like I got my 2% life leech on the very first try with Void Power. I know people who have collected 10 of these, spent the quartz 10 times and still don't have it. So, you know, what do you do? Is it bad luck? Not bad luck, it's just luck. So, you know, keep at it and you'll get what you need and have fun, hang out with people in Discord, and, you know, what's important is that you enjoy it along the way, of getting what you want and growing as you do it. That's just part of the bonus. So I have another question saying, I'm new to the game. Can you join my guild or any other? Well, the guild that I'm in is full of very active, fairly high level people. You're welcome to ask about it. I would recommend that you go down to the channel, the appropriate region that you're in. If you're in US or Asia, just go to that channel, or global rather, and say that you want to be in a guild. There are new guilds. You know, I left a guild, had a cooldown. You'll probably just find a guild, any guild that's active. There will be active guilds that aren't as high level as mine, but really the bonuses are still the same. My guild still has the first airship and probably still will for a couple more weeks at the minimum, because it just takes a long time to get guild currency. So we've got 56 million and the next airship costs 100 million, so it'll be a while. So you're not missing anything. So just go announce out and you'll get an invite and hop on. Do I have a link to the Discord? I don't have one offhand, but if you go to any of my videos, I have a link in those. That'll get you in. And once I post this video up, I'll have the same links provided, so you can either check out the live stream. I'll cut this up, and I don't know if I'll cut this one up. I might just leave this live stream, the whole thing. But at any rate, you get what you need. Links are in the videos. Any tips to get quartz in the beginning? Collections. If you don't disenchant everything and have enough space, when you run your rifts, just come back out and disenchant. And I mean, the bonuses here aren't that high, but once you start getting into the holy stuff, you get, I think, 25 or 50 bonus. For infernal, you're getting 300, and for eternal, you're getting 1,000 every time you collect these sets and get the bonuses. So that's a quick, easy way, especially in the beginning. Don't waste it. The quickest way to have quartz is not to waste it, because you'll have plenty, and I pissed so much of mine on dumb stuff. So just, you know, the best thing you can do is ask around in Discord, like, hey, should I or should I not spend my quartz on this? I could do a video on that, but there's so many things to talk about that I've given priority to. The other thing is, just as you progress, get these relics, which are going to cost you some quartz, but get the Elf King's flute to let you run into the goblin, treasure goblin more often, as well as the gold goblin, which this will cost you quest points, which are a real money item. But this goblin, where I'm going with this is the goblin, there's a chance to encounter him, and when you encounter him, most of the time he drops gold, but occasionally he drops quartz. So I'm farming probably close to 2,000 quartz a day now during the week from that. So like this monthly pass, and 450 a day is a lot less than 2,000. But you know, if I could get this ×3 thing on movement and, you know, infinite goblins, I would not get this. But you know, in the beginning, 450 a day is a lot. So you know, if you're just starting and you're doing Rift 8. Or if you're on day number 2 and you're doing Rift number 7, you're way better than I was. So you've probably watched some videos or spent a little bit more money. It doesn't matter how you got there, but that's good. at some point you're going to hit a wall and you're going to have to figure it out. So just pop in the Discord and the community will help you out. Everybody's great. There hasn't been, it's crazy. This is the first community this is the largest online community that I've been a part of, like in a chat. And it's the first one that I haven't seen a negative conversation yet. So that's pretty awesome. There's been like no moderation. So I knock on wood that it stays as awesome as it has been. So Rory asked if I leave a guild, you do have to wait 24 hours. Developers, if you're watching this, please add a pop-up if you haven't. I know things have changed. Just the past couple of updates, there have been small quality of life improvements, so people aren't being warned that there's a cooldown. It'd be a good idea to tell them that. John says I should make my own guild so we can join. Maybe one day, but I joined one of the guilds, the Book of Books from this Discord channel that we're a part of. He's one of the co-owners of the guild, and one of the biggest reasons for me not to leave, aside from the fact that maybe we'll get more airships relatively soon, is I don't want to wait 24 hours to not have my airships. So maybe sometime in the future I could start my own, but I don't have the energy to do all this stuff in my job and raise my kids. So I think I will just take a back seat to running the guild and all that. Good suggestion. Thanks for subscribing, the rabbit one. I don't know if that's a play on words. Like, you like rabbits, or is that like, it sounds like rabid? Cool name, nonetheless. So the next question in chat is, what's good about airships? I just released, I got a little itch here. I just released a video about airships. It's not that long, so that'll give you the details. But the cool thing about airships is it's passive income. And when you first start the game, you have a fair amount of quartz, and you don't have a lot of these refined stones. You don't have a lot of gold. You're not getting a lot of rift marks. This is passive income. So the sooner you can upgrade these ships to a point where you can gather them, basically that they're not idle. Like if you go to sleep and you only have this ship running for 5 hours, you got a lot of time where it's not working. But once you get to like 9-10 hours on these ships, you can come collect them 2-3 times a day. But passive income, man, which I am usually a big fan of, because like the rift marks especially are very helpful. It's a critical currency. So definitely invest in this pirate ship here. Just watch the video, talk to folks in Discord, you'll get more information on that. So yeah, I mean, I didn't have any videos when I started either. I just talked to people in the Discord servers, and because people kept asking the same questions over and over again, and I thought, hey dude, it'd be nice to make a video one day. Let me try the YouTube. That's how I kind of got here. So hopefully, I know people are getting value out of these videos and these streams. If there are suggestions you have about how I can improve the presentation, else of that matter, let me know. In terms of content, I'll keep trying to put out more and get better about it. It's just a matter of time. I found myself like wanting to put out more videos, but rushing them out, suffers the qualities. There's a balance there. Is 20,000 eternal tokens worth $85 or 85? Is that? I'm guessing that's not American. I think it's $60 here. I can check the pack. The Eternal pack is $65 in the US, so is that Canadian? If it is, I was talking to someone earlier who bought 2 of them. So if you're gonna go drink that at the bar and wake up with a hangover, and maybe do some things you regret, maybe $65 or $85 is worth it. If there are more important things to you, like food and putting your kids in school, then maybe you shouldn't spend $85. But basically, I advocate for sanity and buying what you can afford. If you want to spend that money, I spent some money on this game. I like it. I think everybody should support the game in their own way if they can, but there's nothing wrong with buying the 20,000 pack if that's what makes you happy. And I will say that earlier on it's more value because getting those tokens is going to be tough, and once you have them, having eternal equipment earlier on is going to help you get to the point where you can get them on your own. But I farmed about 55,000 this week. I mean, I could have made a lot more real money in the time that I spent farming them and doing this, but this is fun, so you know. So my ways of getting the tokens are run the adventure, get rift marks, spend the rift marks on the weekend to run the rifts, disenchant the infernal chests for tokens. At any rate, I'm glad that so many of you stuck around and asked questions. I do need to call it though. It is almost 1 o'clock my time, and I wake up at around 7 to get the kids ready for school and try to hours for works. I really appreciate everyone joining. I think this was a better go, so I can't say thank you enough. I had my 100 subscriber little party today. I didn't make a video, but I did have a picture. I'll probably cut that into one of my next videos. My wife and kid made a little cake. We had some cake and had appreciation for our milestones. Mine being 100 subscribers, so that's you guys. Hoping to see this community grow, bring more people into Discord, and get more folks playing this game to support the developer, so that they will bring us more awesome content like this. All right. Thanks for joining. I hope you all have a good day or a good night no matter where you are. And until next time, happy hunting. I'll try to do this next Sunday night if I can. If I can't, then I'll see you next time I see you. But I'll certainly put out at least one more video between now. Take care. And yeah, see you later.